All right, guys, this is David Buboltz here. As you know, I'm running for Senate in District 12, NC Senate District 12, Harnett and Lee County. But I wanted to share with you a piece of information here that I think is really important to understand. And that is why this election matters, not only for us, but for everyone across the state. And it was framed up really nicely by a guy named Jonathan Hill, who is a South Carolina House rep. Now, I like Jonathan Hill a lot, and there's some few things that I can't agree with him on, but he put forth an abolition bill in South Carolina last year and was spot on. That bill was a really good bill, and it should be supported, and that should be an example for legislators all over the nation. It was a good bill. Now, some of the things I can't agree with him on is, one, defunding bills. I guess technically he's not really for a defunding bill, but he is for it in a defunding in the budget bill, which to me is basically the same thing. Look, we're not here to defund Planned Parenthood, we're here to criminalize it. And I understand we need to defund it anyways, but look, let's not give politicians an easy way out. The thing we need to do is criminalize abortion. The second thing I don't really agree with is he's trying to redefine the word incrementalism. As you know, if you've been an abolitionist for a while, that's a dirty word, and it should be, because it stands in contrast to immediatism. Now, these words have hundreds of years of historical context to them, and they were used the same then as they were used now. And basically, incrementalism is the slowly getting out of evils, and it's compromise all the way. It's chipping away to get what you want, but compromising as you go. And that is the pro-life stance. That's in contrast to immediatism, where we demand the immediate ending of this evil, because that's what God says. And we don't have the authority to compromise on that. If God says thou shalt not murder, we don't have the authority to say anything less. And the end result is it does move the Overton window closer to you. You know, let's not offer the compromise. Make them offer the compromise to us, and then we don't take the compromise. We just stand firm. And Jonathan Hill is somehow, for some reason, defining that immediatism as incrementalism. And it's terribly confusing, and I don't exactly know why he's doing it. But it's not just semantics. Look, for hundreds of years, abolitionists have fought hard to expose that divide in ideologies. And so it's very important to know the true definitions of immediatism versus incrementalism, and not to get those confused. It's like how some people now are saying, I'm a pro-life abolitionist. No, don't say that. Do not say I'm a pro-life abolitionist. Why? It undermines the foundation of what we're trying to do, which is the pro-life movement is incrementalism, is compromise. And we need to drive the distinction that an abolitionist is immediatism, which doesn't mean overnightism, does not mean it's going to happen overnight. It could take 40 years, who knows, but each and every call is a call for total and immediate abolition. So we must make that distinction. We are not pro-life abolitionists, we are abolitionists, in contrast to the pro-life compromise. Now, all that said, let me get to why I wanted to make this video. And this is something I really learned from Jonathan Hill. It was kind of in the back of my mind the whole time, but he framed it up right. And it's this: we have to connect all of our effort and all of our noise with the election cycle, with a politician's ability to get votes. Because that's all they care about. Look, they don't care about talking to you unless it means that they retain power. That's what they care about. And so what happened with HB 158? It was North Carolina's first abolition bill, and we found a righteous man, Larry Pittman, to put forth a righteous bill, HB 158. We had a rally. We brought hundreds of people to the Capitol. We made a bunch of noise. We went into the Capitol. We sang praises. We sang psalms. We street preached in the Capitol, gave the gospel. There was tons of phone calls, tons of emails, weeks and weeks and weeks of lobbying. And what did that do? Well, the bill is still sitting in committee. And it didn't move the needle one bit for those politicians. It was great for the culture and stirring people up and getting people to think rightly, but it didn't do anything for the legislature. And why is that? It's because we have not yet connected that with the election. See, we made a bunch of noise and we went bang, 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 bang. And they looked around and they said, look, I didn't get hit. Did you get hit? No. Did you get hit? No. I think they're shooting blanks. And we're training them to not listen to us. Look, when you have a kid and you say, clean your room, and they look you right in the eyes and say, no, and you say, okay, here's a cookie. What are you training them to do? You're training them to disobey you. And so what we have to do is we have to win this election against Jim Bergen, who is a clear proponent against abolition, who sits as the chair of the health committee, that all of this dastardly stuff that we saw the last 2 years came right through his desk. And we have to primary him and kick him out of office. And now that means, look, we're not shooting blanks. And it sends a message to the entire legislature in the state that if you ignore the voice of the people, that if you trample their rights, they will not survive as a politician. And then what happens when we have a rally for the next abolition bill? We get a lot more traction. And look, when we take out Jim Bergen, because he trampled on your rights and because he opposes the righteous action of abolition, we're going to take that and we're going to show the rest of the legislature and hang that high and say, this is what happens to wolves. You act as a wolf and you're going to get gone just like Jim Bergen did. So look, it's in this election, this primary election in District 12 is really important. One, because I'm not going to back down, and I'm going to go up there and I'm going to fight for your rights and the children who are being slaughtered. But also, it's going to amplify your voice wherever you are in North Carolina, because when we speak out again about this issue, they know that you're not messing around. So we need your help to make that message known. Go to our website, www.boobalts4nc. Boobalts4nc. You can sign up for updates, emails. You can volunteer, donate, all that stuff. But look, this is a ministry. This is Jesus told us to love our neighbors as ourselves, and so, you know, that's it. Look, if you're in South Carolina, support Jonathan Hill. He's a righteous man doing righteous legislation. I agree with him on I disagree with him on the confusion of terminology, which is a very important. It's not semantics. It's a very important distinction to make. I disagree with him with the defund bill, but look, that abolition bill he wrote was fire. It was great, and you need to support him. And support our campaign, Boobalts4nc. All right, guys. Till next time.